Hello everyone and welcome to another game I played on Ptcgo. For this match I'm going to be trying a deck that's a little bit different. I guess you could call it Plasma Garbodor. It focuses on Kyurem and Thundurus with Garbodor and Absol there as well. I guess it just mainly uses the traditional Plasma strategy but ignores Deoxys as a means of getting additional damage out there. So I'm going to be starting off with a Trubbish right off the bat, and it looks like my opponent opens with a Genesect EX. So this is kind of the decks I want to see. I see two Pokemon with ability out on the field so far, so Buffalon and Virizion. And I see a Juniper, and then a Hypnotoxic Laser comes out along with a Veerbank City Gym. Unfortunately, I am not asleep, but my opponent did put down a Mewtwo, so this is already getting out of control. Fortunately, I was able to get a Floatstone. I got a Kyurem. I can attach to it, and then Chorus Machine to it, so I can Frost Spear on my first turn. And then I Juniper, get another Thundurus, put it down on the field, play down a Silver Bangle on Kyurem, and I can now hit him for 60, and I can hit Mewtwo for 30. So here I just sort of want to overwhelm him with quick damage. I'm not going to be able to do as much as I would if I played Deoxys. But here my opponent plays another laser, and we see Virizion go down the field. He retreats into Virizion, attaches a grass energy onto it, and I think he'll have to pass, and he does just that. So here, I'm not too happy about Virizion, mainly because it has resistance to water. I can shut down its ability, but I won't be able to do that much damage to this guy until I attach more energy. So here I'm debating whether or not to attach this water energy onto Kyurem and attack with Blizzard Burn. So I'm going to attach the water and play a Chorus. I managed to get Absol off of that. And I will play that down, and I'm just going to Blizzard Burn here for 130. So that effect of Silver Bangle is effectively cancelled out, but he now has a heavily damaged Virizion in the active, and a Genesect on the bench that has damage as well. He plays down a second Mewtwo here, so we see another energy go onto Virizion, but then a Max Potion hits the Genesect. So he's probably going to try to power that up with his Emerald Slash attack, and then he'll probably switch into that. So here he's able to knock Kyurem out, and I'm just going to send up Trubbish because it has a Floatstone while I essentially decide what to do. Here I'm debating whether or not to just go into Thundurus and try to raid a Knuckle, although I'd essentially be powering up Absol, so I decide to bench another Thundurus because it might make more sense to power that up right now. And I play down a Chorus, managed to get two Chorus Machines off of this, so I will play one of those to attach to Absol. I'm going to retreat into Thundurus, and here I will raid a Knuckle for 30, and I can attach, it looks like, water energies or plasma energy. We'll take that plasma energy and attach it to Thundurus, since I don't really want a water on Absol since it does absolutely nothing. Going into my opponent's turn, so here he might want to retreat into Genesect if he wants to start attacking with that. But we see a third laser, it looks like, already, so definitely annoying. I do run a Counter Stadium, but I haven't drawn it yet, and unfortunately I am asleep, so he's able to hit me, and he'll be able to attach 2 more energy from his deck to one of his bench Pokemon. My guess would be Genesect, but he could also power up Mewtwo, and it looks like he actually goes for the latter. So here, I managed to wake up, fortunately. I will attach a Blend Energy onto my benched Thundurus, retreat into it, and here I'm just going to N to see if I can get anything else that's useful. And I managed to get an Ultra Ball, so I will discard those Chorus Machines since I know I'm essentially not going to use them since I don't really have Plasma Energies in my deck anymore. Will evolve into Garbodor, and now his abilities are shut off, so he's now not going to be able to annoy me with Boofer or Red Signal, and I'm able to knock out Genesect. no, sorry, Virizion. Those things are different. And take 2 prizes and the lead here. My opponent promotes Genesect, and with 1 more energy, he will be able to attack with Megalo Cannon, hitting the active for 100 and the benched, and something on the bench for 20. He's going to Shadow Triad for Laser again, so this will be his 4th one played so far. He may still have one in deck. He uses Energy Switch, and now he actually has enough energy to attach me with attack me with Genesect. And let's see him do that. And it looks like he targets Garbodor. So here I actually have the option of going into something else, another attacker, but I can use Escape Rope to do that. So I'm use it, and he sends out Mewtwo, and I'm going to send up Absol, attach a Silver Bangle onto it, and I can attack him. I'm not too afraid of Mewtwo with Absol since I do have resistance to it. I'm going to attach here to Thundurus and just Mind Jack here for 110, and I hope he doesn't retreat so I can knock out Mewtwo the next turn. If not, he can just retreat into Genesect and knock me out. It looks like he is going to make that exact play, and unfortunately now we're tied at prizes, and I don't really have that good of a chance right now since both of my Thunduruses are heavily damaged. Here I'm trying to weigh my odds here. I'm going to attach that Float Stone onto Thundurus just to burn it, and I will Juniper away my hand since I really wanted to draw into Kyurem. I managed to draw into 2. I get another Trubbish, so I'll bench that as well. And here I'm just going to Raiden Knuckle to try to power up a Kyurem, it looks like. But I instead decide to play that Escape Rope to see if I can avoid the knockout here, the return knockout that he was inevitably going to get. And I'm going to send up a different Thundurus, Raiden Knuckle with it, and attach a Water Energy onto Kyurem. He sent up a Mewtwo. Now he puts down a Veerbank City Gym. I was able to knock it out with Frozen City, which is a calendar stadium I run. But he can avoid some of the damage that does by just choosing to power up Genesect over Mewtwo. But if he wants to go the Mewtwo route, he'd have to take the damage. So it looks like he plays his last Laser from the deck here, and with that, I'm knocked out. He doesn't even have to attack me since I was 30 short of the knockout, and Veerbank is in play. So now he takes 2 prizes and the lead. So here I'm going to Skyla for a... actually, I played a Dowsing Machine for a Juniper from my discard pile since I was sort of desperate here. I'm going to attach a energy onto Kyurem, knock out his stadium once again, and play another Escape Rope. So here I'm going to just play it, see what he sends up, and I can potentially send up Kyurem if I think I can knock out what he sends up. So he sends up Bouffalant, and it has no energy, so this is actually a perfect chance to send up Kyurem just to Frost Spear for 30, since Boofer is not in effect, and here I can actually take the knockout on the Mewtwo that was heavily damaged since it's now on the bench. And I take 2 prizes this way, and now we're tied once again. So here, my opponent really needs to find a way to retreat Bouffalant. If not, I will be able to essentially chip away at it until I get the knockout. And if I use Frost Spear, I can actually hit Genesect in the process, or I can use Blizzard Burn and just take the knockout in one foul swoop, although I may not want to do that. Here my opponent benches another Mewtwo, plays an N, sends us both down to 2 cards, but I did get my Escape Rope here. He plays another Genesect on the bench. I managed to get another Blend Energy, so I will attach that to my active Kyurem. Here I can go for the knockout, or as I was saying, I could just Frost Spear, which is what I'm going to do since it seems like he's out of energy to attach to the active, so if I can chip away at one of his benched attackers, that might be a better strategy. He's forced to just pass, and I'm just going to repeat that strategy in Frost Spear again. And now Bouffalant is 10 short of the knockout, and if I play my escape rope, I can send it to the bench and just knock it out by retreating into Garbodor and then retreating again into Kyurem. So a little planning on my part actually worked out. He benches a Virizion. I'm going to attach a Floatstone onto Kyurem just in case I need it. I will play that escape rope, just go into Garbodor since it does have that Floatstone attached to it already. Here I'm wondering actually what he'll send up. And he sends up Virizion, which isn't exactly what I wanted to see, but it's natural since it does have a water resistance, as I mentioned earlier. And here I can just Frost Spear the active for 10 and knock out the Bouffalant. So here I now have the lead, and I just need to take one more prize. If I can knock out the Genesect, I think that'll be my best bet here. But I don't know if I have any other means of getting it to the active since I think I already played all my escape ropes. So my opponent here is going to energy switch onto Virizion. He needs one more energy to be able to attack me. If he can't draw it, it's certainly going to be positive for me, since I think he's probably going to want to power up Mewtwo since he can take the knockout more easily on my Kyurem. So it looks like he is able to power up his Virizion. He's going to hit me for 50. And it looks like he wasn't able to actually attach anything, so he might not have any grass energy in his deck anymore. I'm going to play a Skyla here to just check my deck out. And I'm actually concerned here, I only have one more energy left in deck. And if he's able to knock out my Kyurem, I've essentially lost the game since I can't really counter his attack with anything that'll survive a hit. So here I'm going to Frost Spear the active and hit the benched again, Genesect again, bringing it down, hopefully low enough where if it comes up and if he chooses to attack me with it, I can knock it out. Since it's the only thing on his bench that has energy, I think that's what the route he might go, since it doesn't look like he has energy left in deck. So here he'll hit me for 50 again, and I'm going to have to retreat, and I can start attacking with Thundurus and have it take some hits. But it actually looks like he's going to attach here to Mewtwo, retreat into Mewtwo, play an N. Mewtwo has a DCE attached to it here, and he's able to take the knockout here. So that's not really what I wanted to see. So now I'm essentially in a corner. I'm going to have to retreat into Thunder since it's the only thing I can attack with. I will Raiden Knuckle. I can get an energy here. I will definitely attach it to Kyurem since it's my only attacker. If I can survive this turn, I may have a chance, but if he's able to get more energy onto Mewtwo, then he can win. He plays a Tool Scrapper and goes for a Team Plasma Ball. He might just be burning his cards to play a supporter. He gets a Genesect, and then he plays a Chorus for 8. So if he's able to get another DCE, that's the end of this match right here. And I'm sort of hoping that doesn't happen. He plays down a Veerbank. So does that mean he has a means of getting a laser? No, he has another DCE, and he's able to take the knockout and the win. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed.